Welcome back to Mystery Cake Wednesday, where I'm going to be pulling a random cake theme from my gumball machine and then creating it in cake form. Last week, the theme that I got was 13 going on 30, and it was such a new and fun cake design to create. This week, the theme that I got is Adam Sandler. I'm such a huge Adam Sandler fan. I grew up watching all of his classics and still enjoy his new movies now. The flavors that I chose for this cake were red velvet and cream cheese filling. I'm going to make this a 2-tier cake, so I started out with the 7-inch bottom tier and then a 5-inch top tier. I crumb coated both tiers and then I placed them in the freezer for about 15 minutes and then I took them out to frost one more time. So I already knew that I wanted to incorporate several different elements from some of my favorite Adam Sandler movies. But as far as the base of the cake, meaning how I was going to frost it and in what colors, I was a little bit stumped. But suddenly it hit me, since Adam Sandler is famously known for his casual and comfortable streetwear. I pulled up several images for reference and he's always wearing just very comfortable clothes, typically basketball shorts and either an oversized t-shirt, a hoodie, or a Hawaiian shirt. I decided to use this exact image as inspiration, where I'm going to make the bottom tier his basketball shorts and the top tier this floral print polo. So I frost the bottom tier in this royal blue buttercream and the top tier in just regular white buttercream. I stack the cake and then I start working on that bottom tier. I rolled out some white fondant and cut out several thin strips. The shorts have a double white line going along the bottom as well as that triangle point on each side. So I carefully placed that first white strip and then placed a second one right above that one, leaving a small gap in between. Move on to the top tier. I found this very similar floral pattern and I printed this on an edible sugar sheet. I cut a 5-inch circle and placed it on top of the cake, and then I grabbed my second edible image with the same print. I cut it in half and then I start adding it to the sides of that top tier. I did use clear piping gel and I brushed it along the entire back of that sheet to make sure it stuck onto that buttercream. I did have those sides a little bit taller than the cake, so I just grabbed some scissors and cut the extra pieces off. Now that the pattern is on that top tier, it's time to turn it into a shirt. I cut this thin strip of fondant and then I placed that same pattern over it. Using clear piping gel, I stuck this onto the front of the cake. Then I sculpted these tiny little white buttons and placed them along that strip. I cut out one more strip of fondant, stand it up on top of the cake, and this is going to be the collar for the shirt. Now for the fun part. I sculpted and hand painted this pineapple to represent the movie 50 First Dates. Before I keep adding more sculpted elements, I almost forgot to pipe this border along the bottom of the top tier. I sculpted this little remote from the movie Click. I used a green shade of fondant to make all the little buttons and an edible marker to write on them. And for my favorite part of the entire cake, I sculpted Scuba Steve from the movie Big Daddy. I'm so obsessed with how it turned out. I placed him right in the front and then I add one more element from Big Daddy since it's my personal favorite. The sign that says fish, pony, hippopotamus, because you know it's not the delivery man's fault, he can't read. And I sculpt this blue water jug for the water boy and I place it right on top. I sculpted this little microphone for The Wedding Singer, which is my second favorite Adam Sandler movie of all time. I make this little chef hat for the movie Spanglish, where he plays a chef. It's such a good movie. Then I sculpted this hockey stick and puck for the movie Happy Gilmore. Even though I grew up watching all of these movies, I can't forget the ones that me and my kids love to watch, which is the Hotel Transylvania movies. I sculpted Drac as a bat, and then I made this cute little blow dryer for the Zohan. And last but not least, I sculpt the Happy Madison golf ball and I place it on a tee right on top of the cake. I cannot tell you how much I love this cake. It has to be my new favorite Mystery Cake Wednesday design. Don't know if it's because I just love Adam Sandler or because it's such a unique cake design. Like always, I'll be selling this cake. I hope you guys like this one.